Now, today I'm going to take you with me to show you what I do when my husband's gone and what I do every day for the outside and for the animals. And today it's particular because it is a winter day. So it's a little bit more things that has to be done for winter. So our first thing we're going to do, last night I plugged in the blue tractor. The red tractor had been plugged in, but I switched it. But now we're going to switch it back because we're going to warm this tractor up, or I'm going to plow the driveway. And then later I will give the cows and goats hay with the red tractor, but it will be being warmed up. So we're going to plug it back in. So right here there's a little cord, and this you just plug it in with the extension cord, and it warms up with a little heater, so then it will start easier. Okay, so we got back to the blue tractor. Now I plugged in the red tractor. Now I'm going to turn the gas on is the first step. Right here is the little thing, and you just turn it this way until it stops turning, and then you know that it can have gas. Okay, now we're going to get on the tractor. Okay, so we push your clutch in, turn the key one time, like so, pull out the choke, like this, and then this stick right here, we're going to make it go to S for start, up and over. Up and over. I'm going to do some more stuff. So I have the scraps here for the chickens. So I'm going to stop by the first shed really quick. We're going to put some, I already have all the wood in the stove. The fire's already started. We're just going to fill it up. But now see, I already plowed here, shoveled from the house to the first shed. I did that yesterday. So I already have a path here. Before we go, and we're going to I didn't shovel to the chickens yet. Yesterday I did to the other animals, but I'm going to shovel to the chickens, let them out while we're waiting for the tractor. So, and then once we get down to this garbage, I'm going to also do the dogs and burn the garbage. We're going to do that here in a minute too. But let's take it one step at a time. So first, pour wood into the stove to be warm, and the kids are just playing in the house. We already had breakfast, and got the house warm. The kids are just playing right now, so they'll be good for a while I come out here and do my outside stuff. And then I'll have to go back in the house though later after I'm done with the outside stuff, and then it'll be dish time, sweep the floors, do the laundry. I try to have a good plan, but sometimes the plans don't really work out, but you do what you can do. So okay, so now we're going to shovel to the chickens and let them out and give them some scraps. Now this time shoveling though it'll be a lot easier than the last time because see, we already had a path. So this is just a little bit of extra snow and the snow that got blown over. So I already did this yesterday too, a path to the woods. That's why the shovel is right here. To our wood shed. But now I'm going to have a problem. I can't shovel and hold this, so I'm going to set this down and come back for it. Because I need 2 hands to shovel. So like I said, you can kind of see it's already a path because it was from before we had the really big blizzard. So this new snow was just a couple inches. But it was windy, so it kind of blew it over onto our path. But it's going to be a lot easier this time. Oh yeah, and you don't want to shovel the snow. I just learned this. when you shovel snow, you don't want to put it to the east or the south. No, you don't want to do it. Actually, I had to tell you that later because I don't remember. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Okay, so actually, I'm sorry. I got that mixed up. No, you want to shovel it, not you don't want to. You want to shovel it to the east and the south because the wind comes from the north and the west. So that makes sense, right? So, of course, you have to know what the direction is, though, when you're shoveling. So that could be tricky. So I know that this is north because I know when we do our animals, we never point anything that direction because it's the north wind. So in this case, I know that. Otherwise, I really wouldn't know that either. So it's kind of hard, but as long as you know your direction, you're good. So I'm not going to put the snow over here. I'm going to put it over here. I never knew that for the longest time, so that's pretty interesting. You learn something new every day. At least it's sunny today. That's a nice thing that it's sunny today. And it's really actually not windy. It's not windy at all. Okay, so I got to the chickens and then I did from the chickens to the rabbits. So now this was our last thing because like I said yesterday, I did to the house, to the dogs, to the cows and pigs. So now we're done with our shoveling. I'll just have to do the driveway here in a little bit, but let's go. We're gonna check the rabbits and then I'm gonna go get the ashes and we'll let the chickens out. So we'll be right back at the chickens. So we're back in the fur shed for a minute. I found our kitchen chicken, Henry. We had let him outside this morning, and we couldn't find him at first because we hadn't let the big chickens out. But he was underneath the back deck where there was no snow. So I found him. Now I'm going to take him to the big chickens during the day. We bring him in at night in this cold weather because he's so little. And he's really kind of like our pet chicken. He knows his name, Henry. And he likes to just follow us around in the house. So now we got the chicken scraps, and now we got warmed up, so we're going to go to the chickens now and let them out. So here we go. We're taking the ashes to the garden too from this morning, cleaning up the stove. Okay, so we made it to the chicken coop, and here, this is one of our gardens. So as you can see, this is where we put the ashes. It just helps add nutrients back into the dirt. So this is where we're gonna dump this. But first I'm gonna do the chickens and get in their scraps and put Henry with them. Hey Henry, there you go, buddy. It's kind of frozen. For the scraps. So yeah, and then they're gonna go to their feed, and then shoveled. They have a shoveled path to their water down there. One of the ducks is already down there. Okay, we're gonna go do our next thing, which is to burn the trash and do the dogs. That duck egg is all the way in this far corner. One duck egg. No other eggs though today. In this cold weather, we haven't been getting many eggs, which is normal. I mean, you know, this really extreme weather. But now we're gonna go to the dogs. See you then. Okay, so now I'm gonna go put the ash bucket back in the fur shed and going to get our bag of trash. That the burning of the trash is right next to the dog, so we will do that and take care of the dog. So, the blue tractor is still warming up. And I will see you guys at the trash barrels. The dogs in the trash burn barrels. Okay, well, I'm going to put the trash in here first. I'm going to start that and then I'm going to let the dogs out. But I just realized I didn't shut the gates. So I may have to go shut the gates, but maybe not because of the snow. They might not run up that far. But normally I would shut the gates, the front gates. Well, let's burn the trash then we'll let the dogs out. I have to take off my gloves. Hold on. So, I'm trying better to burn the trash every day or every other day when I bring the trash out so it doesn't collect so much. So I put a little lighter fluid on it. Then I'm going to do this. Not take that. Once I do this, and I put a little bit more lighter fluid to let it get hot. Because I don't really like smoky, you know. I like it to get really hot to burn it really good. Okay, so now we'll let the dogs out, and I'll clean out the kennels and we'll feed them. Okay, so this is our dog kennels. Now before it was a lot nicer for the dogs, but this past spring and summer there was it was really weird. It was a really windy storm and it really wasn't like a tornado that hit our house or anything like that, but it was, we have an old apple tree on the other side of our white barn, and the wind, that must be a really good wind tunnel, and it was like a little tornado, must have been, because this used to be a big old nice barn for the dogs with electricity and lights and everything and covered, and it was all torn up. I mean, it was a metal barn. It was all twisted and torn up, so we had to take it apart. So hopefully we pray this year we'll be able to put it back together, because without electricity and without the dogs being covered, we have to give them water. The water freezes, so every day we have to give them fresh water because we don't have electric heated buckets. We don't have lights anymore, and we have to shovel the snow because they're not covered up. So we hope we're going to fix this year, spring coming up. So right now I'm going to let them out though and clean out their kennels. Shoveled the snow out of their kennels yesterday. I mean, I did as best as I could do, so it should be alright. I'm just going to clean out their kennels today. So there's nobody in this kennel, that's why it's filled up. And Scarlett, who sleeps in the first kennel, she's in the house right now because she's the oldest. So she gets to be in the house when it's cold. So that's why nobody's in there either. That's why they're not shoveled. There's so much snow because nobody's lived in there. So we only have red tracks in this kennel, speckle in the other kennel. that's where we clear our kettles. That's our compost. So that's just where we put it all. Get them their bucket because we'll have to give them new water. And the water's real frozen in here, so we're gonna have to take it in the house and put hot water on it so it can thaw out. Keep our dog food in the greenhouse right there because it's right next to the dog, so it makes it easy. So I'm just going to feed them and then we'll have their waters thawing out. We let the dogs be out while we're doing all the chores, you know, I do. Or if my husband does the chores other days, you know, he lets them out. So mostly I'm doing it though, so I'll let them out, play around a little bit. But like I said, normally I'll shut the front gates because it's more safe that way, but today, because of all the snow, they don't really like to run in the snow. That was Red Tracks. She's the puppy. They're not going to really run too far, so they're safe right now. So, okay, let me feed the dogs, and then we're going to go check on that blue tractor. I'll see you at the tractor. Ready to do the driveway. So, yeah. little bit of a problems with the tractor. It's kind of difficult for me because I haven't done it a lot, but I've just done it a little bit. So this blue tractor is different than the bigger tractors that we have because it has a live PTO. So that just makes it a little harder. There's too many steps. I'm really having a hard time in the snow. So I just have to stop for a minute and think about it because I tried to go up the hill with the blade down, but it wouldn't go. It was just spinning because my husband didn't put the chains on it because these are brand new tires, and up until now he wasn't needing them when he was doing it, and when I had done it in the past we didn't need it yet. But I guess it's maybe because it's just kind of a lot of snow and it's kind of slippery underneath a little bit. Now it's not just snow, right? It's slippery ice, so it wouldn't let me go up. So I had to bring the blade up, drive up the hill, then turn around, then come down and pull the snow. Then what happened was, I didn't remember how to pull the blade up, and I thought I was stuck down here. It's just frustrating and overwhelming. But then then accidentally it stopped. So I'm going to have to start over. So I guess what I'm going to do is start it again. You have to have it out of gear, but don't push the clutch, just the brake. And then it will raise up or down. So then I'm going to do that. I'm going to raise this up so the blade will go up. And then I'm going to just back up the driveway, which I think I can do that. Then put the blade down and then bring the snow down. So it'll be like a pile of snow down here, but then once it's all down here, then I can push it off to the side. This side or this side of the driveway. So let's try it again, I guess. So, alright, well, wish me luck. Here we go. Well, okay, so I have to push the clutch in. I'll turn the key off for a minute. Push the clutch in. Push the key over. No pull. You don't want to pull the choke now because it's warmed up. So just do the starting. So that was over here was the S. Was up and over. Hold on a minute. Maybe a little bit of gas, maybe. Maybe the brake too. Almost. Let's see. I want to hold on. Let me just think what to do for a minute. And try it again. I figured it out in my mind what I'm going to have to do now. So turn the key, push the clutch, and just push this over and up. See, I think on the battery being low is what it sounds like. It doesn't want to go. So now I'm going to have to charge the battery before we can finish this. See, that's the problem with this little tractor. It does have a battery problem sometimes. Poor thing. It's old. Poor thing. But that's okay. We'll plug it in and then we'll pick that part up when I do that later. But we can maybe do the hay now. Let's go to the red tractor.